Okay, folks, how are you doing today?
Good.
I'm good.
Fine.
Okay. Don't forget that we have natural timing, 40 minutes. So yeah, let's be concise and up to the point. So let me open the agenda real quick. So I'm just, I'm about to update the meeting notes. So the one we have is on April 19th has been canceled. Today we have May.
Oh, I did that. I've created skeleton. Okay, there.
Sorry.
I'm just writing the agenda.
Okay, cool. That's great. Okay, anything else besides the coordinates or deep login? Yep, so since if annual review is coming, what else? Anything else, guys? We'd like to discuss maybe from previous sessions.
Well, I'm almost done with a round robin plugin for DNS. So that's from my side. I will need to integrate it with the K8GB, which is like a only missing piece. I will have some talk with the dinner about that. And basically, at the moment, I'm in the middle of writing documentation, but regarding implementation, except those two things, I think I'm quite done. Maybe I can show you a demo. Wait a second.
Yeah, just a second. Let's probably just a little suggestion. So the demo and other stuff. Let's probably briefly go through some like the items created recently and maybe like roadmap, and then we get back to things that require like more attention and like discussion and demos. What do you guys think? Just suggestion so that we don't kind of lose the focus. And
that's totally fine.
Cool. So yeah, let's check the previous action items. So so this was one on user, I guess it's done yet, is done already. So the update video section for KGBA with new videos and check KubeCon 2022 schedule for possible KGBA office hours. Yeah, I don't think, I think.
Sorry, Timothy, sorry for interjection. Maybe you can share the agenda document so it will be visible for any recording.
Yeah,
and for everybody else.
Makes total sense. So let me just clean up my screen state. Okay. First. Okay, let me share. Please let me know if you see it.
Oh, good, thank you.
Cool. Okay, So yeah, so I guess this part we missed somehow, and I see that some projects they kind of from sandbox area they have the office hours. Some of them are not.
I have some conspiracy theory around it, meaning like I was a main contact, right? And it was my Apps Africa email, but it obviously doesn't work anymore. And most probably Tina like pinged me on this address and it's not available. And yeah, basically CNCF people were not. As far as I remember correctly, correct me guys if I'm wrong, I was the only one who was receiving the initial email, and then I was distributing it to the team, and we all like registered to the project affairs hours as panel presenters, but it wasn't like to everybody, if I remember. So that might be the bottleneck, and I have no idea at the moment like how to fix it. Maybe I should like I will probably dig up the old email if I will be able to. I'm not sure. Maybe it left like in an apps inbox, I might have a duplication of this email and community one, and I'll ping this person. Otherwise, we will need to like find some channel how to.
Maybe we can just simply contact them.
Yeah, we can like on whatever support, right, or services what they have.
Okay. So. Just okay. So I actually see there are like already overlapping meetings, and I guess it's totally fine. So we can ask them to kind of to if there's possibility to be next to the another project with the same time slots. So if you check the agenda, you can see and you can check office hours. There are usually like 2 or 3 projects sitting on the same time slot.
Okay.
So I guess there might be still possibility to do that. All right. And regarding the possible content for office hours, should it be similar to what we have right now, or like do we? I mean, like possible agenda. Should it be something like roadmap discussion, potential users, and so on? How do you see this?
It should be like an end-to-end short demo again, right? Because what project is still like most probably new for the most of our auditory, right? For the most of audience. So, and then maybe like kind of walk through the roadmap, but very high level, right? Something like it should be like, I don't know, slide, not a like list of GitHub issues, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, let's probably also check the current issues and roadmaps quickly. I hope you guys see the screen.
Yeah, I see.
Cool. Okay, I guess so this one, yeah, probably wanted to ask your opinion. I'm not sure, probably, yeah, we can see what offering of like we're thinking of like what kind of use cases probably. Because yeah, I know like yeah, so Cloudflare, we can use their DNS, right? And we can use it like through external DNS. I just like briefly looked at the possibilities, and I can see that they have records like NS and TXT available only for the kind of like paid accounts. So that, and if I can like briefly check external DNS, I can see that actually from like provider's point of view, I mean they have only support for Cloudflare. Yeah, they can only support for yeah, for what is public. That means that they don't have support for NSTXT. So I guess they're like, at least like from the code I see there.
Well, do you support an S record?
They do support, but only in paid accounts. And from the code I see that the code is only focused on probably non-paid possibilities, because these are like, you see, type no support.
Type not supported.
Yeah. So I just like briefly checked that, but also I know that the Cloudflare has the GSLB kind of paid analog, and I'm not sure where we if it's about GSLB, like Cloudflare native GSLB support. I'm not sure where we are like sticking into like here. Like we are more like alternative, right? We can use Cloudflare DNS as an edge DNS. But I'm not sure about GSLB API.
Yeah, so it's most probably about Cloudflare GSLB object or whatever, like service on top, right? I used it once in context of Quantum Black, I guess. So it's like JSLB as a service says, I can't possibly transfer this request. It's about like creation of this JSLB thing via API and populate with some data from a cluster, right? I don't know, healthy nodes or healthy services or something like that. So one of the things, I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not, we can possibly reuse cross-plane provider Cloudflare, meaning like, so like the implementation, like API interface is already implemented in cross-plane provider, right? So K8GB potentially can just create like a associated managed resource for cross-plane, populating the required data dynamically, like I know healthy service and stuff, and transfer the like a heavy lifting to a cross-plane provider because it's already implemented. That might be one of the way. Another way, obviously, like to interface directly, but it will, well, you're required to implement that in a Golang code again and all that stuff. So you'll be
anyway. I guess
yeah,
I guess it makes sense to ask the originator, like what was the meant there and how does he see that? Okay, but yeah, I guess like from that we'll know, but at least like we have some possible variants for solution. Also, like I've seen, like one thing is like the license scan, and we also have another issue you just mentioned in maintainers chat that for Core DNS CRD plugin.
I just from Dependabot, I just received a mail about it, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it not the first time. So it's like it's there for a while, so probably needs some attention.
Yeah. So this one I also like made some preliminary checking, and I think it requires like external DNS update. So we should look at this. Okay, split make file. Yeah, created by Michal. So I think the question was that if we can like somehow make this modular, right? Because current makefile is like really huge, and we even like all functions we have there. So yeah, one model might be like how a bound builds, so they use as Git submodule. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Rancher folks, they have similar approach. So they kind of have this build system and they're importing it. Not sure if by submodule or by kind of like checking, like merging, but yeah, I think, yeah, it might be the good way to do this. What do you guys think?
I've actually written in the comment that I think it's overkill for us because we just have one repo. But we can start simple with directories, and if we have multiple repos when we have to reuse it, then it would be pretty easy to extract it to its own repo and reuse it as a submodule. But I wouldn't go for submodule at the beginning because why to make it complicated?
Yeah, if it's only for one repo, and if it kind of, yeah, we need for every do this and for every target, I don't think it can work. I'd probably have something like more like at least to put the functions.
Basically, it's just example. It's not meaning like a per target because I just basically my idea was to put there like a for instance some Docker stuffs together. We have also building like a test environment, deploying full local tests, etc. So this is like a huge part of the makefile. So just move it into the separate file. What was discussion here more about was whether to split it under the different directories or keep everything within the one directory. Iri came with like putting everything within one directory, which is like a good idea. So basically we have a folder called hack, for instance, which is still there from the queue builder, and we can move there like more multiple makefiles on one place, and just split them by into some like logical sections. Just create one file, for instance, for this deploying full playground, and second one will be for the Dockers. Third one will be like for the linting, building, or whatever, So that was the idea.
Okay. Like I feel like we are kind of getting back to the complete like make files refactoring almost every half a year. So I don't know, maybe although we try hard, so maybe we should think about something more modular, like some kind of like alternative. I don't know. And I think we're asking this question again and again. So maybe it's time to do some kind of like POC with some, I don't know, the how was this called? Is this tool Mage
or something?
Yeah, so that we kind of stay with the same Golang with like modularity and so on and so on, instead of like trying to use like different workarounds. And but I don't know, what are your views on that?
Well, it's still a question, It's not the like an issue that it must be solved, That's why there's a labor question.
Okay. So, but yeah, to answer that question, question is like, what kind of benefits it brings to us? Except of like having like to like 3 more like make files instead of one, but maybe like in terms of modularity, if there are really like if there are really some common tasks or some common targets that are going to be used maybe in other projects, this is what Rancher and this is what Abound have. They're like open source repos. Then I guess it makes sense. Because like they really have like well thought like build mechanism, right? What should go forward build, and they're applying for almost every project we have. So yeah, I guess I don't know. Like I think yeah. Let's try. Let's like bring POC and let's see how it looks like. That's kind of my thinking. Okay, the extension of architectural diagram. Diagram contains one cluster connected to one HDNS. What is missing? The diagram is in a query. So looks like pretty like low-hanging fruit. So I guess something we can work on.
Yeah, it's just adding like a new, adding one more image and putting there like, because at the moment we have one architectural diagram where we have like one cluster, one HDNS and how they are like talking to each other. But what the basically users also like to see, from my opinion, is that if we have like two clusters, like talking each other, you know. And what I'm very missing from the first diagram are the queries to the external targets, you know. So which is one more arrow, and I think that it would be nice to put there one more picture, having it there. You know?
Okay. Okay. So.
Timothy, quick question regarding overall organization of this kind of backlog grooming. We used to assign milestones to the specific issue with an attempt to somehow sort with it, like whatever is the highest priority goes to the next milestone, whatever like can be done in a like foreseeable but not foreseeable future, but not right away. We put like in a kind of milestone next to the one that is on the radar. So like, yeah, we stopped doing so, and it's a little bit disorganized.
Yeah, fair point. Actually, fair point. So let's start doing this. So if we have this, so this looks like, I mean, really low-hanging fruit to me. So probably let's assign 0.9. This is kind of like more like questions. So the license counts, I think all the security issues, they should be solved quite fast. If you want to maintain
one moment, we already have a release 090, but we don't have a close milestone. I have no idea why. So it's another like kind of misalignment. And whatever we put
do we have 0?
Yeah, go to the, I just went to the releases, and the latest on the 29th of March is 090. And apparently it was kind of done not I mean, versioning, it wasn't like our previous strategy, like we fulfill the milestone, it was some maybe semantic logic, but
there was a breaking change, that's why.
Yeah. So we need to actually go through the milestone 090 and move every issue from there to
which is not closed.
Yeah. To the next one, and next one
I think
will be like it's already 1.0 for our strategy. We don't have a like kind of intermediate granularity.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think it's going to take some time, right, to brush it out. So I think I'll put this as action point, yeah.
Cool.
Also, like there might be some interim releases, right? 091, 092, right? So in that sense, what kind of milestones we can apply?
Yeah, I mean, these releases are not reflected in milestone. We don't track this granularity on milestone level, but each like kind of intermediate release, it's like a part of achieving that milestone. That's how
Okay.
it used to work before.
So yeah. So then it will be 10. Okay, cool.
And
Thank you for that
back in
comment.
the- Sure.
Should we aim for 0.10 or next version should be 1.0?
Yeah, that's a good question. We planned actually 1.0 according to the very initial layout, right?
Mhm.
So
that's what I put.
but
Yeah.
yeah, 1.0 should be like, I don't know, something huge, ideally, right? Not just a boring release.
And I don't see something huge on the horizon yet, like unless we are kind of have maybe
I think there is 1.0 milestones created back in the days by Dawn, like, you know, support of all major cloud providers. So really something huge. I think they're still around these issues. If you,
Well, I
if you
think
look at
the huge thing would be the multiple sources, like Ingress V1, V1 beta, what's that, OpenShift route, Istio, virtual service, and stuff like that.
yeah,
Because the cloud providers are mostly enabled by external DNS, so nothing huge. In theory, they all work.
very interior, right? Ideally, we need to test them like we can
sure.
include it in the 1.0, and it might be like actually relatively low-hanging fruit comparing to an actual like implementation, right? If it's there just hookable like into Azure, for example, then it will be just cool marketing, right? Yeah, we support Azure or we support GCP.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
sorry. From my point of view, if I look into the Go, for instance, to the servers, once you use major version, you should support backward compatibility. Do we support some backward compatibility from the version 1, or do we apply that rule?
yeah, I
Because
kind of
from
like yeah, I agree that I mean 1.0 is like something big, but usually it's something like big, like breaking the compatibility if you want to stick to Symver. And I think we are sticking to Symver according to our contribution guidelines and so on.
Yeah, from my point of view, we should go to 0.10 something.
Yeah, I think that will be my view as well. So 1.0, yeah, it's kind of like there should be something like really breaking.
Or quite opposite, really stable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was more concerned about like if we decide to go 1.0, then if we want to stick with semantic versioning, we would be forced to increase the major version with each breaking change. Like if we break the API, we would be forced to release 2.0, 3.0, and we can end up with version like 10.0 soon. So it should be like step, which is it's a commitment, and it should be done in a shape we are relatively stable. Like if we don't want to add another breaking changes soon, then we should go for 1.0. But if we are still in a state where a lot of changes are happening and we are breaking the stuff, then we should probably stick with 0. something 10 or something.
So I guess in that sense, it will be something like 0.10. And so I guess the suggestion is that we stick to 0.10 for now, right? And 1.0 is something that can really be kind of stable. and I would probably associate it with something like going out of sandbox area. In the sense of like the beginners, right? And the greatness. Yeah, speaking of which, so I think, and it's one of the items of the agenda. So
Oh yeah, I've created the first shot right before the call, filling all the general information about maintainers, project info. It's in my fork, so and the deadline is 11th of May, so it's in a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to raise pull requests against this fork, and if we decide that it's in a good shape, I can create pull requests from this fork to the upstream. And
Okay.
there are still some things that needs to be decided, which is the project goals roadmap. And if we want to go to incubation or not, I've checked the other projects, most of them want to go to incubation, but there are exceptions to this because they have some rules, and if we don't met them, we shouldn't like try to get there.
We don't have enough
companies.
Enough companies who can claim that they're using KGB in production, right?
Yep.
And by the way, so CNCF explicitly asked about this annual review. Is that correct? Yeah. So
yes.
That's another
Yes.
point. So like whatever comes to me goes to Ops Africa DevNow on old email. I need to fix that. I didn't receive anything related. That's a bummer.
So in fact, there should be no like. So in terms of like replacement of your email, it should be actually email of KGB mailing list, maintainers list, and I think they should have it available, and we are all signed there. So it should
And
actually all this.
The email was sent 11th of April. Sorry.
And I think we should be all there.
I probably subscribe there with just my old email or something like that. Yeah, so I can subscribe with a newer one. Cool. Community one.
Okay, I guess this is kind of like it for now, and we have like really not so much time, but yeah, let's probably check what Michal has with round robin support.
Oh yeah.
I'm stopping.
It's like 3 minutes or.
I think that's enough. I didn't prepare a presentation. Maybe for the next time I will prepare presentation, which is going to be much better. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah,
Nope.
perfect.
No.
Good. Wait a sec. Share screen. Oh, technical issue. Was disabled attendees screen sharing. I need to enable somewhere.
No,
I think it takes those.
Yeah,
it takes those 3 minutes. I will
3 minutes out.
So, guys, I prepared a new plugin for the core DNS. The plugin contains, it's called Round Robin. I will make PR very soon. Maybe I will create a PR just for you first. It contains 3 strategies. One strategy is very simple random round robin, which provides like random results. One is stateless and one is stateful. Stateful keeps the state of the order of particular results, which is returning back in some, let's say, structure, which is map of something. And basically the keys into that map are the subnet, the EDNS subnet, and the question. So in such case, we are very close to providing the client stable rotation results. For the stateless, it is like more difficult in terms of that the client needs to take care of particular results, storing them, and Core DNS plugin just takes care of the rotation and clearing results or appending a new one. It's rather worse for the very scalable environments, where where you are accessing like several hosts, but your environment is changing very quickly, or you cannot use the stateful. So those are like the 3 strategies. Basically, I'm finishing documentation. There would be some examples. Basically, and I think all is there, including garbage collection and etc.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's all. I will try to prepare some presentation for the next time.
Yeah, maybe